All right, guys. I wanted to do an interview. I should do an interview with the captain, right? No, I wanted to do a video for you guys, and I've been looking for a spot for 35 minutes or more. Find a good spot, and I'm thinking this could be a production nightmare because between the wind, and I don't have my windscreen, as you see, between the wind and people coming by and everything else, my phone kept falling over. This could be a production nightmare. It really could, but I said I'm going to still do it for you guys. I probably won't have an editorial coming until Monday, just because because of the setting where we're at. I'm holding them off till Monday, but I didn't want to leave all of you hanging till Monday, so I decided to come out here and do a quick, just give you guys something to discuss. We are at sea right now. Today is sea day, so we're out in the ocean for the whole entire day. The wife is happy about that because she gets to go and jump in the pool and the jacuzzi and all of that. I'm a pool guy, but I don't like the jacuzzi because if there's 4 or 5 people in there already, I feel like I'm sitting in a bathtub with a bunch of strangers. So I'd rather just sit in the swimming pool, which is really cool. It's relaxing. They use salt water in the pools. I'm sure it might be ocean water, but it is salt water. So you're very buoyant in that. But it's a very windy day. Like I said, this could be a production nightmare because of the wind. But we're going to do what we can. But I wanted to give you guys a couple of things to discuss and talk about. I'll give you guys some B-roll footage as well of the ocean as I'm talking. But Donald Trump, they said, called the Palm Beach police chief in 2006 to raise concerns about Jeffrey Epstein, according to a newly released document from the Justice Department's Epstein files. Now, this is very interesting. Former Chief Michael Ryder said Trump told him everyone in New York knew what Epstein was doing. Trump called Epstein's behavior disgusting and urged investigators to look also into Ghislaine Maxwell, describing her as evil, according to the FBI's summary of the interview. Now, Trump also said he had once been around Epstein when teenagers were present, and he immediately left, according to Ryder's account. Ryder, or is it Reader, could not immediately be reached for comment. Of course not. He told the Miami Herald the call came in July 2006, shortly after Epstein's arrest on a solicitation charge in Palm Beach County. The FBI interviewed Ryder in October of 2019, 2 months after Epstein was found dead in a Manhattan jail cell while awaiting trial on federal sex trafficking charges. Ryder's account of the conversation appears to contradict what Trump told reporters in July of 2019 when asked whether he had any suspicions that Epstein was abusing underage girls. He said, "No, I had no idea." Now, White House Press Secretary Carolyn Leavitt told reporters she could not confirm that the 2006 call with Ryder took place. She said that if it had, it only supports Trump's claim that he expelled Epstein from Mar-a-Lago. What President Trump has always said is that he kicked Jeffrey Epstein out of his Mar-a-Lago club because Jeffrey Epstein was a creep, said Caroline Leavitt. So, if you believe this reader, this police chief, Trump said Epstein was a creep. He basically said, that guy's, he didn't want to, be around him, said he was doing wrong. He calls the police chief in 2009, if you believe that. But in 2019, if you believe the fake news, said that he had no idea what Jeffrey Epstein was. But maybe he didn't have any idea of what he was doing, but knew that something was off. Does that make sense? Get you guys' opinion on that. But also the Department of Homeland Security is set to be ensnared by a partial government shutdown because Congress has not acted to fund the agency by the end of Friday. That's today, actually. But nearly all DHS workers will remain on the job, even if many won't get paid until the lapse ends, and the public probably won't notice much of a change. Department of Homeland Security is the last federal agency lacking funding for the remainder of fiscal year 2026, which runs through September 30th of this year. Now, since the record-long shutdown ended in mid-November, lawmakers have passed a series of spending bills for the rest of the government. The most recent package, approved at the end of January, only funded Department of Homeland Security for 2 weeks to give Congress more time to negotiate reforms in the agency's immigration enforcement operations, a demand by Senate Democrats after federal immigration agents fatally shot 2 U.S. citizens in Minneapolis in January. That was Renee Good and Alex Preddy. But lawmakers left town yesterday without any agreement on how to fund DHS, and the next steps are uncertain. With talks ongoing between the White House and the Democrats, the two chambers aren't scheduled to return to Washington for 11 days, though GOP leaders could still call members back if a deal is reached. So there's that partial government shutdown with the Department of Homeland Security because they left town. They're like, we're gone, we're on vacation, I guess. I don't know. But if a deal is reached, they'll all be called back to Washington and they'll secure the deal. So a little bit of things, some things going on in the news, and I thought I'd give that to you. I didn't want to leave you guys hanging until Monday. But again, Monday we'll be back to my regular editorials. It's just a lot going on here on the ship. The wife and I have been trying to find things to do because we're both sober. We don't drink, and so it's been a sober cruise, so we've had to kind of find things to do. We found things to entertain us. Went to a couple shows. They were pretty good. We've gone to, what have we done? We went off, you guys saw us in Cabo. Tomorrow we're going into Ensenada. We might get off the ship in Ensenada. But we went clubbing last night. The wife wanted to go clubbing. We didn't drink, but we went clubbing. It was cool. R&B night, DJ. We did some dancing in the club. I think I was the oldest guy in the club dancing. I don't know. But anyway, it was a lot of fun. Did 80s night. I can't give you guys the shows and stuff, like when they had 80s night or last night we went clubbing. I can't make videos of those, unfortunately, because anytime there's music, immediately YouTube copyrights it. And I don't want to jeopardize my channel like that, but you saw when we had the sail away party, I did 2 quick video clips and both were copyrighted because of the music. I guess YouTube doesn't like Gloria Estefan. I don't know. See what you guys think. Let me know, guys. Coming at you.